They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, thick like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Oh, edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's.
Bottle pop, truth drop, welcome to the show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you gonna glow.
Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex. Show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow. Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex.
Second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
Confidants? What is your profession? What is your profession? Nothing but soldiers and empowerment over here.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Enough is. They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Edge control on back.
Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, come on in, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do me a favor and drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. Drop a 2 in the chat. If you need me to turn it down, turn it up. Too loud. Let me know. Thank you for joining me today, Champagne Gang, FizzFam, and visitors. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions and bubbly banter. Baby, over here we get classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, baby, grab one of your favorite glasses of bubbly. I don't care if it's water. Kick your feet up on one of those chase lounges. Say hi to a few people in the chat because we friendly over here. We so friendly. And let's get ready to get into the show because we got a few things that we need to get into on today. And if your day was anything like mine, or should I say your week, or should I say your last few weeks was anything like mine, then I know you need to be affirmed. So take that glass and raise it high in the air. And let's get ready to get into these positivities and affirmations. You ready? Today, we're talking about check your foundation. See, tonight isn't about motivation, no. It's about construction. Because when pressure hits, we don't rise to the occasion. We fall to the level of what we've built underneath us. Some days feel heavy for no clear reason. Old doubts creep back in, energy dips, confidence flickers, and it makes you wonder if you're slipping. You're not slipping. You're being tested at the seams. Foundation work is quiet. Nobody claps for discipline. Nobody celebrates consistency. Nobody sees the nights you keep going when quitting would be easier. But structures don't collapse because of storms. They collapse because of weak support. And you, you, my dear, you've been reinforcing yourself. Brick by brick, choice by choice, boundary by boundary. So tonight, we remind ourselves, we are not fragile just because we feel pressure. We are not failing just because it's hard. We are not lost just because the path is steep. Pressure doesn't destroy what's built right, it reveals it. We don't panic when things shake. We check our footing. We straighten our spine. We square our shoulders. We keep moving because the goal was never to avoid storms. It was to become the kind of structure that survives them. And if you believe that deep down on the inside with me, raise your glass in the air. Let's toast. Yeah, this timeline is absolutely fried, chopped, screwed, scrambled, hard-boiled, molded, old, dusty, crusty. Every time you think something else couldn't happen in this current dispensation of time that we find ourselves in, we find out that whatever we thought we knew, whatever we thought couldn't get any worse, baby, it just did the most. Today, we are getting into this story about Fantasia and her dad. Let me get some music in the background. Y'all, hold on a second.
They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth.
Hold on, I'm just gonna turn on my TV for a second to make sure I can hear it. Hold on.
Carry the proof. Grandma's hands cocoa brown, turning collars in the crown. Kitchen stories, hush hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these tired feet. History books skip whole scenes. We kept recording our genes. The blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Say it for the kids with the wide nose, wide dreams. Say it for the lips, for the hips, for the deep scene. For the lows, for the twist, for the press, for the free. Carry king, that's a dynasty. Make it race with the sun done kissed. The embrace with the drum insist. With the book, not the single page. With the fire, not just the flame. Hey, blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every star, so proud. They ever try to write us out. We incarnate with the anthem now. Anthem now. Anthem now. Hey, yeah. Anthem now.
Testing 1 2. All right, it looks like we back in action. Y'all, my whole audio just went out for no reason at all. But y'all, let's get ready to get into it. All right, so recently this whole story has been going viral with Fantasia and her dad over the last few days. And she's been responding to a video that her dad did in regards to her husband. Now, as we go through this whole thing and we're going to listen to what he had to say, we're going to look at a post that she made, and we're also going to look at the response that her husband made. I do know her dad came out and made a response to the husband. We're not going to get into that today, maybe on tomorrow, because I do want to get into some of these Nancy Guthrie updates. But I want us to take a look at first the dad coming out, and I want you to listen to what the dad had to say about Fantasia's husband. Check this out, and I want you to chime in the comments and let me know, do you feel like the dad was out of order, or do you feel like the dad was being a dad and being protective? A lot of times as women, I think we lead with our heart. You know, I told y'all, majority of us, you know, love from between our legs, but a lot of times we lead with our heart. And when we lead with our heart, it's hard for us to listen to anyone that tells us anything against our heart. So everybody could be warning us that we are sleeping with the enemy, and we would ignore it because we lead with our heart. and we listen to our heart above all else. Not saying that's the situation here. It could be the potentiality that her daddy is on some BS. But it could be that her daddy sees something in a man that her as a woman can't see. But let's listen to what the dad had to say. And I want you to drop in the comments to let me know what you think. And we're going to have a conversation about it. Let's go. That ain't the one. We're going to get into that one on a different show. Let's go.
I was sitting here and my phone rang and I start getting texts about a video. It's out.
In our lives, we fought through so much. We prayed through so much. We fasted through so much. We're going to walk into a brand new home. But I can't walk into that home with you. I got to make something right. And all the beauty that we've experienced over the years, we got a blind spot. You know, in 2014, we had a conversation after 3 weeks of knowing each other. And we said, what if we get married? And we did it. Like we really did it. Give me a second. I'm with you. But the one thing that's missing in our life is we talked about it and did it. But I didn't properly propose.
Oh my God!
The one thing that I've learned as a man is that a good woman desires a proper proposal. But a godly woman, she deserves one. Hey, bro, let me get that.
Edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday. Whole world built on these tired feet.
For 11 years, you woke up every morning and you chose me. For 11 years, you've been an incredible mother to our children. For 11 years, we fasted, we prayed. So I'm going to give you a carrot for every year. If you stood by my side. So, Mrs. Taylor, will you continue to let me love you, lead you, protect you, and push you as far as you can go and as high as you can fly until death do us part? Yeah, you don't need that little thing no more.
Hello. Yeah. Now, first of all, I want to, and I ain't gonna be on long, because I want it to be shared, and I want to go ahead and kind of get to the point. I want everybody. What's happening, Q? How you doing, buddy? I want everybody that's on here, or that is a Fantasia fan. I want y'all to.
And I'm going to pause this for a second just to let you guys know. The reason I have Fantasia's page up in the upper left-hand corner is because Fantasia says she's going to go live to address this today. So I have it up here so that I can potentially see if she goes live tonight to address this. Hopefully I haven't missed it. And if I have, somebody please drop in the comments and let me know so that I can go grab it. But she did say she was going to go live tonight to address this whole thing. But let's get into it and stay with me. I want to know what you guys think about this, because a lot of times, again, I'm going to repeat, we as women, we get excited in the moment and we lead with our heart. And all a man has to do is pull and tug on our heartstrings, and he got the rest of the strings. And we don't pay attention to the warnings. We don't pay attention to the signs. And I'm not saying that this is the case here. I'm giving you an example for what to look out for you. Because a lot of times we look at this stuff and we look at it as abstract from us. And in all honesty, if we pay attention to what other people are going through, it can keep us from going through the same things. I was always taught as a little girl that experience is not the best teacher, contrary to popular belief. Learning from the experiences of others is the best teacher. I don't have to jump in a lion's den and get ate up to know I don't need to jump in a lion's den, because I'm going to get ate up. Stop trying to experience so much. And ladies, stop leading with your heart. Our heart gets us in so much trouble because we don't listen to wise counsel. And a lot of times we don't listen to wise counsel because of where the counsel is coming from. But wisdom is wisdom no matter who it comes from or whether or not you like it. So I want y'all to drop in the comments. And if you're just watching in the background, that's cool. Turn to your neighbor to the left of you or to the right of you and let them know, do you feel like this is a situation where the dad is doing too much? Or do you feel like no matter what the history was and no matter what the past was, he's still trying to look out for his baby girl? Drop in the comments and let me know.
Listen to me, and here's something. I want y'all to love her and pray for her and push her. I'm a little confused today. The video that's out of Fantasia on stage, I think she's in Texas, and her husband walking out. The post that I made, I meant, and the reason I posted it is because I know for sure what I'm saying. Number one, okay, Q, okay. Hey, Bam. Listen, because a lot of times you can't express what is going on through a post or this, that. So that's why I wanted to come live. And I want bring everybody in, those that are Fantasia fans, and because I want y'all to know one thing. I love my daughter. She's my daughter. And I want all her fans to keep her in prayer. Number one, for those of you that have son or daughter or children, the work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not let somebody that I know manipulate. Now, she's had a lot of them to do it in the past. But this one here, I got proof. You can't come on stage and put together a cry and this, that, and the other, when I was just told a week or so ago by a financial person that was fired from her camp that they were running up on him because there was money missing. And there was no paper trail on his part. The other folk got fired. But he got her fired. How a concerned parent like yourself, whoever's got a family, whoever's got a daughter or a son, you sit back, that would be less a man of me not to shout it out.
Now let me say this real quick, and I want y'all to let me know if I'm wrong, right? But I've never, ever, and I'm a 76 baby, so I'm Gen X. I have never seen a man get online and lie about their daughter. Never. Now it might have happened, and you drop in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong, but I have never seen men come out and just make up a story that's not true. Now I understand when it comes to maybe another woman and you cheating, talking about you smashed or you took her down or something like that. That's different. But your daughter, yeah. Now I've not seen that. So that's what almost makes this kind of believable for me, because I've never heard of a man doing this just because. Just to get a man out of his daughter's life. Most men that I know will just stay out of his daughter's life. They're not going to make up nothing on him. They're going to look at a daughter and tell their daughter that they dealing with a piece of trash. But to just come online and make up something, maybe that's a new 2026 5-4 thing. But definitely not before the 99 and the 2000s. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think that he's making this up?
Yes, I'm going to shout it out. I called out the man. And sometimes you don't get it until it's too late. Sometimes you don't get it until it's too late. Now, if my daughter don't talk to me because I'm trying to help her, if she don't talk to me because I'm trying to help her, that's God. You got to deal with God for that. Listen, there's too many celebrities has went down because of the same thing. You say you love God, but you put a man before him. How can a man come out of prison and then listen to the video? What the man said. Go back, listen to the video. The man said, she chose me. She chose me. Bible readers, is that what the word say? He supposed to chose her. Figure it out.
This is why I tell y'all that words are so important. They are so important, and a lot of times we get caught up because we don't pay attention to words. We let people talk over, through, and around the corner, and we don't pay attention to nothing they say for real. We pay attention to an idea or a thought. Words are important, and he's absolutely right. If you are saying you are a child of God and you live by the Bible, out of your word, out of your mouth, with your words, sir, you said she chose you. You didn't say I chose her. You did say I love her, but that was after she chose you. Does that mean it can't work? No. But if you're going to talk about the foundation, he's absolutely right. That is scripture. The man is supposed to choose her. She's not supposed to choose him. Now, what I think he's leading to is the fact that because he did not choose her and she chose him, that she's doing everything she can to please him, and he's just taking advantage of it. I don't know. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think.
Another thing. It was prophesied by Louis Farrakhan. Wrong deal. But
now I want to pause there because he did bring up Farrakhan. And I actually went and found the video that speaks to what he's saying, right? And I want you to listen to it with me and let me know if you feel like Farrakhan is saying that the man she was getting ready to marry is a problem. Check this out.
To start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it.
Not there.
Here's how.
Did you see Fantasia? That girl came. I talked to her backstage. And she had her husband with her. I said, you know, brother, I said, Aretha sang a song called Angel. And in her song, she was looking for, say it, sisters. You ain't found one too much, did you? She didn't either. So she was still looking. And look at this. She wanted an angel in her life. She deserved an angel in her life. When I listened to my sister Ayana sing, I felt the power of her spirit. Ain't no way in heaven or hell a man could have a woman with that kind of spirit and that kind of soul and not try to be an angel. So I said to Miss Fantasia's husband, I said, brother, Fantasia is looking for an angel. He said, well, she's been an angel to me. I said, I know. But I want you to be an angel for her. We take advantage of our women. We use them. We corrupt their gifts. You need a man, sisters.
See, y'all, this is why I like Farrakhan. Y'all talk about who y'all want to, but this is why I like Farrakhan, because Farrakhan don't play with them. He ain't gonna play with the women or the men. He ain't gonna play with neither one of them. He letting y'all know what the problem with relationships is, and this is only a 4-minute video. Right now, he's talking directly to the men. A lot of times, ladies, that's what your man need. He need another man to deal with him. See, a lot of times we doing all the talking and all that, but we not men. We not men, so we don't understand their plight. We don't understand their struggle. Men need to be surrounded by real men. And if your man ain't surrounded by real men, then maybe you need to check the status of your relationship. Because everybody should be surrounded by somebody that pushes them to another level. If the person you're with does not force you to upgrade and see you in a different light, then that person is not the one for you. If the person you are with does not push you to be a better light, then that person is not the one for you. He talking to the men here, but I'm going to flip it and make it for the women. Because women do the same thing to men. Everything he's getting ready to say, and I'm going to rewind it a little bit. He's talking to the men, but I'm going to echo it for the women. Because we ain't a cup of tea either. Let's go back a little bit.
Made in the image of God. But I want you to be an angel for her. We take advantage of our women. We use them. We corrupt their gifts. You need a man, sisters.
Women, you take them, you use them, you corrupt their gifts. You need a woman, fellas. Not a side piece, not a centerpiece, not a showpiece, and for damn sure not an arm piece. You need a real woman. You need a nurturer. You need a home builder. You know what grandpapa and grandmama them used to talk about. I don't know how it is that we got away from old traditional values because all this new school stuff came in, and all of a sudden nobody knows how to treat anybody no more. Nobody knows how to take care of a home. The women not in the home being mothers, the men not in the home being fathers, everybody outside trying to chase a bag, and we wondering why our kids are cuckoo for damn Cocoa Puffs. Look in the mirror. We destroy each other. As much as the men do it to the women do it to the men. We not exempt. We trash out here too.
Made in the image of God.
So, you heard what Farrakhan had to say about it. Now let's continue with what Dad said. Now, from what I heard Farrakhan say, I did not hear him say that her husband was doing anything wrong to her, that her husband was misusing her. What he did was give her husband a warning. See, this is why you need fathers. He was being, in that moment, a father for her to another man. See, this is what happened, back in the day when your man used to have to ask for daddy's permission for your hand. When he used to have to come to the door and knock on the door and talk to mama and daddy before taking you on a date. Yeah, that's them old traditional values that, y'all too good for now, which is why, y'all relationships and everything else all messed up. Because just as much as some things needed to change, baby, there were some things that should have stayed the same. Let's talk about it. So he was being a father to her in that moment in dealing with her man and setting the rules of engagement for her man. Yeah, she's been an angel to you. We know that. I know that. But now you in turn need to be an angel for her. It's give and take. If you're not willing in your relationship to give as much as you're giving, back away. Abort mission. Control, alt, delete. Because all you're doing is destroying someone else's life. And you're going to have to answer for it, baby. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. Karma is something serious, baby. And when she come back around, she don't take no names. She don't have respect to persons. But drop in the comments and let me know what you thought about what Farrakhan had to say.
They went against it. She went against it. You say pray. I don't know who you've been taught by, but you can pray. If that person going against your prayer or going against anything that anybody say, you can pray until you turn blue. they're not really gonna pray until they're belly up or either face down.
Let me tell you something here. Another thing that's absolutely right. And I don't care who you talk to, and everybody will tell you that prayer works and prayer does work. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta want it to work. You gotta want it to. That's why you hear things in the church where people will say, pray until something happens. That something may not happen right away. So the question comes, are you willing to stay in there and stick in there until that something comes to pass? But see, that's why you need to get to know each other before you jump into the relationship. Because you would already know that something was there if you got to know the individual before you went all in. But we go all in with complete doggone strangers. We don't know them emotionally. We don't know them mentally. We only know them physically. We definitely don't know them spiritually. And we definitely ain't connected mentally. I keep telling y'all better start attaching some sapio onto that sexual before you start jumping into relationships and ending up with Mr. Hyde. Frankenstein. Hell, what's his name from the Bates Motel? Y'all don't know who y'all sleeping with because you don't know them. You never took the time out to. You don't know their favorite color. You don't know what size clothes they wear. You don't know their favorite style in underwear. Fellas, because women got a bunch of different type of bras. Do you know what kind she likes the best? Is it a balconette? Is it a push-up? Is it an underwire? No wire at all? Do she like wearing no bra? Do you know? Do you know why? Do you know her favorite color? Do you know the favorite color she likes to see you in? Do you wear it? Y'all don't know nothing about each other. So guess what? You reject anything that comes to tell you about that something you know nothing about. Why? Because now your heart is involved. You went heart first without vetting the person you gave your heart to. Your most vulnerable asset. Question. Would you sit a Fabergé egg on a table out in the open with all your family and their kids coming by? Would you leave it out? Not glued to the table? A priceless painting. Would you sit it on the floor in front of your child? Would you hang it in a stranger's house for safekeeping? So why do you keep handing your heart to individuals who haven't proven to you that they can nurture it, they can protect it, and they can care for it without damaging it or without damaging you in the process? It's a whole lot to be learned out of this. Whether the dad is right or wrong, we don't know. All we know right now is what he has to say and what they're coming out to say afterwards. But if we've learned anything, hindsight is definitely 20/20, and what people say today produces a whole different story when them receipts start dropping. We just ain't seen no receipts yet.
When they done come, taking all your assets away that God give you. So now listen, this is not a call. I'm not going against my daughter. But if the God is in you, don't show you manipulation. And when your man go openly and say you chose him, there's something wrong with that picture. Pray for Fantasia. Fantasia fans, I love Fantasia just like you do. But you don't want to see nothing happen to Fantasia. You don't want to see her be taken over, taken advantage of. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. If y'all think I'm wrong, just called me a crying father. He cried to her, but I'm a crying father. Okay, somebody said, oh, you just mad because she don't deal with it? No, baby. I do me. I take care of me. I take care of me. God got me real good. I'm concerned. I want my baby to come out on top. But like I say, it's some things that I know about that I really, that's why I'm pushing this. Listen, it looks like love. But y'all know how the game is. God, we're not dealing with stupid people out here. We know what's happening. That walking out on, that's a publicity stunt to make it look like. That's a publicity. First of all, you walk across the and you. Hey, wait a minute, y'all. I love y'all, but watch this, y'all. Somebody. Oh, Lord, people, wake up. Wake up. What I don't want to see is this. My baby go up. Then the tricks of a man bring her back down. But she's grown. A lot of times you can't win this battle. But you can let them know you was in the fight. But if this happened and it don't work out, the ones that went against me, they gonna tuck their tail and run and hide. I'm a concerned father. But she let slick talking prison manipulate that institutional thought. Y'all know about the institutional thought. Y'all know God got his hands on my daughter. He got his hands on her. But I'm just tired of him coming up, doing his big time, slow walking, anti-bishop move. God, I've been praying for her. Preying. Absolutely. Pray her strength. Keep her in prayer because she is she's in a strong place. A strong spirit. Let them come from it. Because I'm not going to speak it if I didn't know it for sure. My telephone give me all that I needed to know. And it came from the source. You know why it came from the source? Because they were concerned about her life. Now the ones that go against what I'm talking about, you don't care nothing about her life. If you care about her life, you would join with me and help me get rid of this crazy spirit. The Lifetime movie, that was, listen, don't believe everything you see on TV, man. Don't believe it. She's in a strong situation. But it can be broke. And it will. Number one, first of all, I still work a job every day. You, young man or young woman, whoever you are, you would easily be drugged in the mud because you believe any and everything that you hear and you see. Just because it came from a name bigger than mine. Ain't no public record. You ain't gonna find a public record nowhere to show I sued her. You just as crazy. And bring it to me. If she or somebody in her camp said that, then that's the record from them. That is not in a public record, boss man. You got to know what you're talking about. And if it's supposed to be the $10 million that I got, you think I'm going to get $10 million and still be working? Young man, don't be foolish. Fantasia, I see you on here. I'm glad that you come on here. You need to get, but number one, I'm glad that some of your fans are following you, baby girl. You got to stop being manipulated. I got the word from your camp. What is going on? You hired, you fired. The lady had to fire some of your assistants and this and the other, and it come down to your husband, and they couldn't find the paper trail. So I'm glad you got to stop letting this man, and number one, he's going publicly and saying to you, you found him. You found him. And I'm glad one of your, I love it when one of your fans go back and tell you your daddy's, that's right, I'm glad. If I can't reach you, I got a way of reaching you. Go through your camp. Baby girl, I love you with the love of the Most High, but you sleeping with the enemy. And I'm glad that you came up there, but by you want to get, listen, I can't talk to you, so I'm glad that you came here. But honey, you don't know what you're doing. I'm praying for you, but you're shortening your days because of a man that you don't know. And your camp told me that he's stealing. Yes, they did. Your camp told me that he's stealing. Don't that sound like a concerned father to you? I don't know what's, and you know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying is true, but you'll do anything to protect that man. That man is not for you. Matter of fact, go look at his stats and look at yours. Matter of fact, bring him on here. I'm a man. I'm your father. I'm a man. He runs from me because he knows I know him. He knows I know him.
Now, y'all, I don't know. You say what you want to say about the daddy, but to me it sounds like a father. Now, you got to remove the fact that now, what I want to show y'all, hold on one second. Fantasia came out. Hold on one second and move this to the back. Fantasia came out with a response, and she basically said this regarding her dad. I wasn't going to do this, but this has gotten out of hand. Joseph Barrino can't even call you dad or father. You are a donor. We have covered for you long enough. My mom and me have made you look like you were an okay man, but now you have come for my king. Tonight I will go live, and behind me will stand all who know you. How can someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all our companies? Tonight I shall help you finish the war you started. So this was her response. It was posted, the dad's what he was guilty for in North Carolina, It was also posted that her husband has also been to jail for domestic violence. So, y'all, this thing is kind of getting deep. But here's my issue. At the end of the day, this is a father, right? At the end of the day, this is a man. The same way, ladies, we always tell ladies and we tell our daughters, women know women. I need y'all to understand that men know men. Am I saying daddy can't be wrong? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm still letting you know that men know men. They know the way they move. They know the way they think. They know the way they behave. That's why you have a lot of trans men giving women advice on men, or should I say trans women giving women advice on men, because at the end of the day, their makeup is still man. So they know me. And a lot of times we don't listen to the advice because of who it's coming from. And because the individual might have had a past. Okay, granted, daddy might have had a past. Daddy might have been a horrible daddy to mama. That could be absolutely true. It does not take away from him telling the truth in this moment. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. We always want to throw up the past in a situation that's happening in the present. The past has nothing to do with this moment and the fact that her husband may be stealing funds from her, according to her camp. And to say, how can someone steal if you're the CEO and he is the president? Easy. It happens all the time. That's why you have stories that come out about all this grand larceny and all this extra stuff that happens with these companies, because people are funneling money out and nobody knows. He would have more access to do it than anyone because he is your president. Again, that is not to say he's guilty, but that is to say, instead of shutting your dad down, maybe ask some questions first to make sure your dad is not telling the truth. There it is. Because just because you've been with a man for 11 years and popped out some babies, don't mean he got your best interest at heart. Some people take 11 years just to get to know the individual that they in a relationship with. But let's finish hearing our daddy. See what he got to say.
You don't even you get along with two brothers. You don't even get along with your other brother. And he helped make you. Your brother helped make you. Y'all listen, I'm not arguing with my daughter over the social media. But listen, y'all pray for Fantasia. Pray her strength. Fine. See, now, everybody, all y'all ain't got no business getting into this. First of all, if you think about it, y'all did wrong for getting on my page because you're not on here. You're not normally on here. So now, you can't tell me what to do on my page. You got to get off. Okay? I'm concerned about, you might not be concerned about your children.
You're absolutely right, Progressive. One thing that he did say, I don't know if you were on at the time, but someone in his chat must have made a statement and said something about him suing her for $10 million or something. And he said, prove it. He said, there's no proof out there. He said, someone from her camp put that out there, but you cannot go to any court and find anything where he's ever sued his daughter. So that might be hearsay, might not be hearsay. I don't know, but that is what he said.
But I'm concerned about mine. Now, if you think I'm wrong, you just gonna have to think I'm wrong, but I'm the daddy. And if everybody look after their kids like I'm doing, everybody would be all right. Only thing I do is continue to pray. It's okay. I want Fantasia. I want all the fans to come. Y'all keep Fantasia in prayer, please. Because the enemy is in the camp. No matter what it look like. It look like it's good. the enemy's in the camp. That spirit come in and broke us up. But my thing is this. It doesn't matter. I'm a lover anyway, and I got her back on this side. I got her back.
So y'all drop in the comments. That's what Daddy had to say. So y'all drop in the comments and let me know, do you think Fantasia got to lose or win with her husband? Now, I'm going to tell you like this because I'm a mama, right? And when it comes to mine, if I see something that don't look, move, or smell right, I'm going to let them know. I am. I'm not going to come on the internet, but I'm going to let them know. Oh yeah, there's no such thing as she not talking to me. You be mad at me all day long, but you gonna hear what I got to say. Definitely. And I done took care of you, fed you, put clothes on you, help pay bills, look after you. Oh, for sure, you're gonna hear what I have to say. Whether or not you listen, now that's on you. I'm not held accountable for what you do with the information, but I am held accountable if I don't give it to you. And as a mama, how could I sit back and know that what you're dealing with is trash and it's going to destroy your life and not say anything? How can I sit back and know that somebody that you're saying you love is doing something to harm you, whether you mad at me or not, and I not say anything? I don't know. To me, it sounds like a father. You can look back on the past and what he could or could not have done in the past. You can look at potentially what his relationship was or was not with her mom. You can look at all that if you want to. But guess what? None of that has anything to do with this moment. And in this moment, he's saying that her husband has been stealing money. And he's saying that he knows this from her financial manager, advisor, whoever it was who got terminated by her husband because they found out that money was missing and could not be accounted for. Instead of getting angry, the first thing you should do is check the information. Because if this person would tell your dad, I'm pretty for sure this person would tell you. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. I do want to get into what the husband had to say. But before we get into that, I do want to get into these Nancy Guthrie updates. So we're going to get into these updates. And then at the end, if we still have time, we'll circle back around and get into Fantasia's husband's response to all of this. So I want you to take a quick break with me. Fill up your drink. Make sure you have your charger. Plug up your phone and give it a little juice so that we can finish out the night. And let's go. Alright, y'all, let's get ready to get into it. So, y'all know we've been dealing with all of this stuff that's been going on with Nancy Guthrie and this kid. Oh, let me turn this down. We've been dealing with all this stuff with Nancy Guthrie and this kidnapping, allegedly, because I'm starting to doubt this is a kidnapping. For real. But drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I happen to be on a live today from one of my favorite content creators, Nevesity Live. And he happened to open up his chat. One of the callers that came on made a mention that made me think about something. And I want you to think about this as well, right? So what was stated was, so you guys remember, let me jump here first. when we were going through the timeline of events, right? The time that she left her house, the time that the garage door closes, the last confirmed sighting. Now, what she pointed out was 9:48, the family member's son-in-law drops Nancy off at her home in the Catalina foothills area of Tucson, Arizona. The garage door closes at 9:50. What this caller pointed out was this is only 2 minutes. This is an elderly lady with health conditions. This is a garage, right? So the garage door opens, she goes in, and the door shuts within 2 minutes. How was she able to make it from the car that's opening the door, that's getting in the garage, and shutting the door within 2 minutes? Do you feel like that's plausible? Or do you feel like that's something that should be questioned? Here's my thought, right? This is my mama. My mama's elderly, and I know this because my mom takes medication. Medication that she has to have, or she's no longer going to be with us, according to what's been reported. There's no way in heaven, hell, beyond, or anywhere else I am going to let my mom out of a door, out of a car, let her walk into a garage without making sure my mother gets in the house safely. So you're telling me the son-in-law did not go to the door to check it, to make sure it was open, make sure it hadn't been kicked in, to make sure there was nobody in the house? You stayed in the car and let your 84-year-old mother and mother-in-law get out the car, walk in the garage by herself, shut the door without even making sure she made it in the house? Does that make sense to you when I say it out loud? I'm still circling back to something still doesn't sound right. And I know they came out and said that they've cleared the family, but I don't understand how you can clear the family. Hold on 1 second. All right, y'all, do me a favor. Talk amongst yourself. My little grandbaby just got in, and I got to run to the door and get him. Talk amongst yourself. Sip, sip, sip. Don't get too drunk, and I'll be right back.
Edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these tired feet. History books skip whole scenes. We kept recording our genes. The blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to ride us out, we ink our names with the anthem now. Say it for the kids with the wide nose, wide dreams. Say it for the lips, for the hips, for the deeper scene. For the lows, for the twist, for the press, for the free. Carry king, that's a dynasty. They can race with the sun done kissed. The embrace with the drum insist. With the book, not the single page. With the fire, not just the flame. Hey, blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every star, so proudly.
Thank you so much for staying in there with me. Yeah, I had to run. It's an apartment building. I had to run to the front door. Okay. So, let me see what y'all said. This makes no sense at all. Absolutely progressive. Nisi said all these cases lately is creepy as ever. Are they not? Every single one. I told y'all I'm starting to feel like none of these cases anymore are normal. Like, not saying that red rum is normal. Don't get me wrong. However, These cases ain't seemed like all over the place weird to y'all lately. Nobody is like dying regular anymore. It's no longer just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just weird. The dynamics are weird. This case right here, weird. But 2 minutes. That's where I'm gonna stay stuck at. Now that this woman brought that up, that's where I'm stuck at, these 2 minutes. And I told y'all in the beginning when we first covered this, right? I told y'all my concern was, how do we even know that she ever really made it to the house? That's my confusion. How do we know? We know what they said. How do we know she was at this house? Do we have her watch? Is it showing that she made it back to the house? Oh, or that don't even matter. Do we have video camera footage showing that she made it back to the house? We got video camera footage of this alleged, whoever this is, moseying around in front of her house, who they're claiming is a kidnapper but don't move or act like a kidnapper at all. Plus you got on too much stuff to attempt to kidnap anybody, because how you gonna move? How you moving? Kidnappers ain't going with backpacks to wear them down while they trying to move in and out. It's quick. Y'all saw Taken. Did they move slow with no purpose or intent? Or was it quick, in and out? We trying not to be seen. We want it over and done with. On to the next. Nothing about this story says kidnapping to me. It says sinister, but it does not say kidnapping. But let us get into these updates. So, y'all know we discussed that there was a third note that came out from TMZ. So I want to revisit that real quick. And then we're going to continue because there was a fourth letter. There was some gloves found, and baby, now there's a new ransom note. So let's get into it.
TMZ has obtained a third email from the man who claims he knows the identity and the location of Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper, and he has now upped his demand. We know it is the same person who wrote the other two notes because the Bitcoin address is identical. So he says that he is going through TMZ because he does not trust law enforcement. He's essentially saying, you don't trust me and I don't trust you. What he is suggesting is by the FBI.
Nisa, you better shut up and keep on talking, because I can't even remember the last time I sat and watched a movie on TV. Do you know where my movies are? YouTube. Those are my movies. YouTube. And they involve a bunch of body cam footage. They involve a bunch of foolishness, much like the story that we seeing now, and a bunch of other foolishness. I have so many stories that I'm working on because you can't finish one before you hear about another one. I absolutely agree with you. You don't have to watch movies. This is a movie.
Upping the reward to $100,000, it was designed to discredit him. He says, quote, to discredit me. So what he is saying is he now wants the following. He wants one fraction of a Bitcoin worth $50,000. And for that, he says he will give up the name and location of the kidnapper. He says he will not.
No, that ransom wasn't increased. I mean, that reward wasn't increased to slight him. No. I told y'all in the beginning that reward that they put out was a slap in the face. Y'all have come out and told the world that the alleged kidnapper said $6 million, right? So if y'all come out and tell the world that the alleged kidnapper asked for $6 million, that means that the individual has the ability to pay $6 million. Why would you offer a $50,000 reward on a $6 million ransom? That's dumb. It's idiotic, and it made no sense from the beginning. $100,000 on a $6 million ransom is dumb. Nobody's answering that. Not anybody with sense. They gonna sit back and allow you to keep raising the reward because the ransom is too high. But my channel too small, so you know, y'all didn't hear that.
Cash that until the kidnapper is actually arrested, and then he expects the second Bitcoin fraction, another 50,000. So he wants the $100,000 reward, he says.
And I'm agreeing with you here, Progressive. Abso-doggone-lutely. I'm questioning everything. I told y'all when we was covering the whole story with Stepdaddy Dro, Tyrone Davis, and Lulu, that if it wasn't for the fact that them people came out and showed a funeral, I'd be questioning if the story was real. Because that's another one that makes no sense. I would be questioning. And as good as AI getting these days, hell, I still questioning a lot of stuff. Are these people authentic? Have y'all seen these people in person? Can somebody come out and tell us this is real? Because at this point, everybody's a suspect.
But he wants it in this form and not simply coming forward to authorities. He has a variety of reasons on why he doesn't want to come forward to authorities, one of which is interesting. He says it's because that it could compromise his possible freedom. Now, we don't know what that means. Does that mean that he is peripherally associated with this kidnapper? He does not explain what that means, but he says it in this email. Now, there's something really important here, that he says that when he gets the initial payment, and this is a quote, he will give up, quote, the name of the main individual. The main individual. So clearly, he is suggesting, and he did insinuate this before, but he is saying it squarely here. The main individual, that means if this is legit, he has accomplices. So he does refer to the current state of Nancy Guthrie. We are not going to get into what that is. We have forwarded this on to the FBI. They asked for it, and we...
So that's all we need to cover from that one. And if you remember, I let you guys know in the beginning, I said, hey, listen, my concern is the way they're reaching out to TMZ constantly with something to say, but not the police and not the family, which typically is how kidnappers respond. They're going to respond to the family. Do you know why? Because they want payment and to get out of there. That's it. Anonymity. They're not trying to be known. Not a kidnapper. Serial killer, maybe. Maybe. Thrill killer, maybe. Want to be known. Not a kidnapper. They don't operate. They don't move like this. And it's concerning me that the police who are handling this case, and I would really like to know for myself, why are the local police still handling this and it's not, the FBI has not taken over? Obviously, this is way too big for the local police to handle. Step back and let the FBI handle it. Because we into the second week with no information, several arrests, or let me correct that, several detainments. But in my idea of arrest, if I'm in handcuffs and I'm in the back of a police car and I'm going to a police station, I don't give a damn what you say, I'm under arrest. So they had a bunch of people detained in this case. Let them all go. None of them had anything to do with it. Now they have come out and said that the family has been cleared. Please help me understand how the family can be cleared in this situation. She's not found. How can you clear the family? How? That's what I would love for the police to come out and tell us. How did the family get cleared? Let me show you why I question that, right? Because stop and think of it. if you're tracing her by her Apple Watch, right? It's very easy for me to take her Apple Watch off of her wrist and have her Apple Watch in the car with me. Very easy. What's also very easy is for me to get out of the car, go in her garage, shut the garage, and my wife leave with my phone and anything that could trace me in the car with her. So the car leaves and it looks like I leave too. That's also possible. So please help me understand how the family was able to be cleared when there's so many variables that can leave them unclear. Drop in the comments to let me know what your theories are. So TMZ ended up getting a fourth letter. Check this out.
It is Monday morning. We have received a fourth letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is and he wants money in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you. And I've already talked to the FBI about this, that if you are not real, you're committing a crime, and you should know that. And this is a serious federal crime. If you are real, this is the fourth letter you've sent, and I should tell everybody that in this letter, it says, I know what I saw 5 days ago south of the border, and I was told to shut up, so I know who he is, and that was definitely Nancy with them. This is...
Riddle me this, y'all, right? And I just want y'all to go out on a limb. We gotta think outside the box, because they ain't thinking at all, right? If in fact, now I need you to think about any kidnapper movie you've ever watched. If in fact this is truly a kidnapper who is contacting TMZ, Ned, I think that's his name, right? Wouldn't you think that would put TMZ in danger if this is a crime organization? Because he's talking about south of the border. So basically what he's saying is they've crossed into international territory. So this is no longer just a United States thing. This is an international incident now, right? And they're contacting TMZ. Wouldn't you think that would put the individuals at TMZ in jeopardy because they're saying too much and doing too much if this was in fact a kidnapper? I don't know. It's just my thoughts. But let me know what you think.
This is the second time he has referred to more than one person involved in this. He said there is a main person and there are others, and he said it here. He is saying that Nancy was taken to Mexico. Now, this is what he's saying. I'm not going to vouch for him, but this is the fourth letter. We have sent them all on to the FBI. And he also says one of the reasons he's worried about coming forward is he has a record. He has a burglary on his record from 10 years ago. So I don't know if you're real or not, if you're watching this. But if you are, and I have told the FBI that we're going to do this, they know this, that if you're worried about getting this money and you really do have this information, send it to us. You're sending us these letters. Send it to us. We will forward it to the FBI. And that way there's a record that we have that you supplied this information. If they find her and they find the kidnapper, then at least there is evidence, because we have it, that you're the one who provided the information. So this is a way for you to get that money if this really is legitimate. Send us the information. We will pass it on to the FBI. Okay, that said, a couple of points. One is the glove. I hope that glove has DNA that leads authorities to this kidnapper. But it is weird to me, because if somebody is at that house and they take Nancy and they get in a car to drive off, the first thing they're going to do is take the gloves off. because it's real hard to drive with gloves like that. And if the gloves go off and they're placed in the car, how does it end up 2 miles away on the side of the road? It just is weird. It just is OJ-esque and doesn't make sense. And the other thing is that, there are different theories here about, was this a burglary, was this a ransom? As you know, we and several others have received ransom notes, and the FBI is keenly interested in these notes, I can tell you that. This seems a weird type of burglary, because if it were a burglary, number one, why would somebody be dressed head to toe that way? And number two, if it's a burglary and somebody wants to go in and root around for jewelry or whatever, it would seem to be difficult opening drawers and grabbing things with gloves like that. And if you take the gloves off, then you're going to put your fingerprints on something, so what's the point of gloves in the first place? So this does not feel like a burglary, somebody dressed head to toe with gloves like that. And if it were a burglary, the easiest thing to do, if they knew anything about Nancy, is she goes to church. They could have just gone in on Sunday morning when she was at church. So this just doesn't feel like a burglary. That's my opinion. That is not fact. I have talked to one law enforcement source who is like-minded in that. But I want to end by repeating that if the person who has sent us these 4 demand letters is real, and I'm questioning whether you are, but if you are, then send us the information. We will immediately pass it on to the FBI. Then you have a record that you're the one, if it's legit, who led them to Nancy and the kidnappers. And that...
So y'all heard from TMZ about the 4th letter. One of the things that stuck out to me that he said was it doesn't feel like a burglary. And I have to echo that, because it doesn't feel like a kidnapping, but it also doesn't feel like a burglary. And if it is a burglary, why and how, right? In order for this to be a random burglary, that would mean that other houses in the area have been burglarized. Now, they haven't come out on the news and said anything about any other houses in the area being burglarized that I have seen, right? So it couldn't be random. That's number 2. Number 1, when it comes to burglary, 9 times out of 10, it's someone you know. Strangers, for the most part, are not running up in someone's house, and they're not going to do it at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning unless they already know what's in there and who's in there. So again, for me, it takes it away from being random. Random burglaries are kind of rare, especially at that time in the morning. Unless, again, you already know that no one else is going to be in there. There's an elderly woman in there, and she's going to be asleep. That means you cased out the joint to check to see who's going to be around, who's been around, what time people come in and out, or you're already familiar with the joint, so you already know what's going on anyway. But let's see what the news had to say.
Okay, so let's check in with Eric Wilson, TMZ.
Hello.
We get a chance to talk every Monday. Eric, good to see you.
Morning, Eric. Good morning, guys.
I guess you guys are making headlines once again. You received yet another communication.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm just going through the notes here. But yeah, we got a 4th letter from someone claiming that they know the people who allegedly kidnapped Nancy Guthrie. They're still asking for $50,000, really just to protect themselves and their family. They're saying this guy is saying he has a criminal record, and that really he's just looking that if he gives his information up, that his family is protected should something happen to him, whether that's from the people who he is allegedly going to rat out, or from the police arresting him for other matters that he may have been involved in, or saying that he's involved in this case at all. But yeah, we sent that over to the FBI immediately, like the other ones, and it does seem to be the same guy. He's given the same Bitcoin address, but that's that update right now.
Okay, Progressive, this is all I'm saying, right? Somebody need to follow me down this rabbit hole, because how is TMZ always at the right place at the right time? Like, of all the places you contact, how is it everybody contacting TMZ? TMZ getting all the tea. They getting all the inside scoops on all of these major stories. It's not just like small stories. These stories are all major. From the David case to this case to any other case, how is it that they all reaching out to TMZ? Anybody stop to think about that? Like, who is the owner of TMZ and what they past look like?
And you would think there would be worry with this person even sending the letters. I mean, because everybody's talking about them, and you guys have covered this extensively. So if there was that much fear, wouldn't the fear have already set in? And I saw Harvey's latest video that is just saying, prove it. Prove that you know who did this already, and stop with the letters.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can really do at this point is, obviously we don't want to get involved in the investigation more than we already have been dragged into it. So right now it's just at this point, it's put up or shut up. Give us some information, and then we can figure out the reward after the fact. But that's kind of where we stand with that.
Mm-hmm. So, Eric, is the thinking that this is a separate person from the first person that, we all remember how the family had seen that,
so
that first
first
demand for millions?
That first one was this alleged ransom note that the police and the FBI are obviously looking into. This is what we think led to some of the videos that Savannah and her siblings put out early in the investigation. This one is separate. He's not saying he had anything to do with the situation. He's just saying that he witnessed aspects of it, maybe that he can, point us in the direction of who's involved.
And so you guys took the... I guess maybe took the upper hand and said, look, we're giving this information to... How exactly did you respond to this to him?
We don't respond to him. We send it right to the FBI, and then any correspondence to him just comes through these videos that Harvey is doing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then today was probably the most explicit. It'll be on our show as well later, that we say...
Now, what I want y'all to do right quick, right? This aerial view is of Nancy's house. See her pool in the background, you see her house, you see everybody camped out. Do you see the distance between all of these houses and all of this desert land and area? How in God's name do you leave your mother this open? Especially if you're a high profile individual. Now, I did hear that allegedly the daughter and son-in-law live nearby. Annie and Tommaso live nearby here, right? But my question still is, you can't keep an eye on your mama all day, all night. You can't make it to her fast enough if something go wrong. Why is she this open? She ain't got no guard dogs. She ought to have some Cane Corsos, some pit bulls, mountain lions, something. How do you have your mother this open and you are on the Today Show, international, money, old money? And even if you don't have money, the simple fact that you're on an old TV show and have been on there and you are a lead makes people think you have money, even if you don't, for real. Why is your mom this open? No gates, no security, no guards. Why is your mother this open? No protection. Anything could have happened at any time. Where's the protection? Look at, I need y'all to look at the picture, like for real, and understand this terrain. If you've ever been to Arizona, any desert area, Vegas, any desert area, you know what this looks like up close. The area, the landscape, the space between these houses. There will be no way a camera can catch another house through all of this foliage and trees and space. She's open. And on top of that, her camera didn't have a subscription. So I'm still wondering how the police, the FBI was able to pull that footage. I really want to know. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think the mother is way too open in this house? Here's the bigger thing, right? Let's say she's found safe and sound. Let's say they're able to pull her back home, bring her back home. I pray to God they are. She can't stay here. And this is one of the things that I hate, abhor about the media. You got bloggers, you got the media, you got everybody in the neighborhood is outside of this woman's house. She can't go back here and live here. So now if she comes back home safe, or let's just say she wasn't kidnapped. Let's just say that. Let's just say all of this was a big mistake. She can't go back and live in this house. It's been exposed to the world. You think a person couldn't find out where this is from an aerial view? With AI? With Google Maps? With world, what is it? The world view one that Google has. The satellite view. You don't think they could find this location? Why do we do this? That's what I don't understand. Why do we expose them like this? But let's continue.
To him, give us the information essentially, and then we'll go from there.
What is it like kind of being wrapped up into all of this yourselves? I mean, what an odd thing to navigate.
Yeah, it's been scary to say the least. We were checking emails constantly, checking the tip line constantly to make sure we don't miss anything that could be either from this original alleged kidnapper who made the initial demand for ransom, or this other guy who's been sending these letters. So really, but also mixed in with that tip line, as you can imagine, being pulled into a national story like this, we're getting online sleuths and people who think they know where she is, and people who think they, know the glove, know the backpack, know all this kind of stuff. So it's been a lot of sifting through these messages.
Yeah, all of you have to remain really, really vigilant now and double and triple checking emails as they come in, for sure.
So I guess...
And we still don't know why they pulled us into it to begin with. We just still don't know why they chose TMZ. Sure. Obviously, we get the local stations, but, why they would be involved. But, maybe they're just a fan. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Today, Eric, the big headline is they may be closing in on some DNA from a glove that could very well be the glove we see on the doorbell cam here. It was found on Campbell Avenue, quite a ways away from Nancy's home. But they are saying that DNA check only takes 24 hours, and it's been in at the lab for more than 24 hours. I guess the part we don't know is that it's going to come back pretty soon, and that may be the key piece that can put this whole puzzle together. But we don't know if law enforcement is even going to share that with us versus, whatever steps they might decide to take next.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that the plan, at least as far as the FBI is concerned, is to have that information within the next 24 hours. Whether they release that to us or not is still up for debate. But with this glove, I know there was a story last week that the New York Post broke where they found a glove on the side of the road. The Pima County Sheriff's Office is clear in that this is not the glove that is seen in the surveillance video, the glove that was found on the side of the road last week. This is another glove found about 2 miles from Nancy's house. The one the New York Post reported was about 1.5 miles. So this is separate gloves. We don't have images of this glove, but they are saying it does seem to match the one in the surveillance.
Okay, so let's check in with Eric Wilson, TMZ.
Hello.
We get a chance to talk every Monday. Eric, good to see you.
So there you have it. That was the news talking about the fourth letter that came out. You also heard them mention the glove. Now, if you guys remember, we had a conversation about this glove when we showed the picture. I don't. Oh, wait. I got so many screens, y'all. Hold on. I don't. I wanted to show y'all how black I wanted to show y'all how black that glove was, because when we discussed it in the last video, we were talking about how exactly they have a glove that's been laying out in the open for who knows how long, but the glove was completely black. No dirt, no specks. It was completely black. Now, you and I know that if a glove has been on the ground for any period of time, it's going to get dirty. You and I also know that when it comes to the color black, black attracts dirt more than any other color because it can be seen easily, right? So when we took a look at the picture of the glove that they released, that they found, my question was this. Excuse me. Please explain to me how you have a glove that's completely black laying in the dirt, right? That means one of two things. Number two, that you're so incompetent that you didn't notice a glove, right? But number one, that you're so incompetent that the alleged kidnapper, abductor, whatever you want to call it, was right there with y'all the whole time and you didn't know. How else could there have been a doggone glove, pitch black, laying in the dirt, in the desert, pitch black, no dirt, and you say it could potentially belong to the kidnapper? The kidnapper was with you? Your search efforts were trash? Well, they say the DNA has come in on said glove. Let's see what they have to say.
Authorities in Arizona say the DNA submitted for FBI testing in the search for Nancy Guthrie, who's not been seen all month, did not come back with any matches. The FBI found DNA on a black glove discovered near Nancy Guthrie's home that appears to match the one worn by this person in this chilling doorbell video. It was processed through a national database known as CODIS, or Combined DNA Index System. It would only have provided a match if the individual had a previous arrest for certain crimes and supplied a DNA sample that put him into the system. Kima County added at this point, there have been no confirmed CODIS matches in this investigation. CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez has been following this from the beginning and joins us live. So Andres, we always knew this could have been a bit of a long shot. There's only a certain percentage of people who might be in this CODA database. But what happens next? Can they do a genealogy search? And what else is Pima County saying about their focus?
Well, that absolutely can be one route they will pursue and will likely pursue here, Lindsay. As you said, over the weekend, the FBI told us that they had recovered 16 gloves in total. One of them, found about 2 miles away, matched the one that was seen on that doorbell camera. They had DNA. They sent it off to the lab that the county contracts with in Florida. They ended up doing some quality control testing on it. And this morning, it was sent to the FBI DNA database, CODIS. And you only are in CODIS if you've ever have been charged or convicted of a crime. That is about 6 to 7% of the U.S. population. We're a country of 345 million people, so just a sliver of that. So eventually, it's no surprise that it came back to no hit. The evidence is not useless at this point. It will stay in their system. Eventually, there may be someone down the road who gets arrested and perhaps they get a hit. But the more viable option now is that they have this DNA, is that they will work with genealogy companies, and perhaps there could be a possible break here like there was in the Brian Kohberger case. And remember, in that case, there wasn't a break or an arrest made until a month and a half after the crime was committed. So we'll see how it all plays out this time around. Right now, as we are awaiting additional DNA testing, because apparently there was also DNA recovered inside the home, that's undergoing testing. It's a very meticulous and time-consuming process. There are other leads that investigators are working on currently, one of them being Walmart. We know that the backpack was purchased there. The Ozark Trail brand is a private brand belonging to Walmart, and so they're trying to track it down where this person could have bought it. Was it online? Was it in person?
Again, kidnappers do not operate like this. Do you honestly think? And I think about it. Now, I done seen Taken 1, 2, and 3, amongst a bunch of other movies that had to do with being taken. And not one of them had a kidnapper with a backpack. is all I'm saying. Not one. Not one of them had anything that was identifiable. Not one. And you're telling me this kidnapper thought enough to disguise their body shape, to make themselves look bulkier and huskier, but didn't think to cover up the logo on the backpack? So the backpack couldn't be identified? Does that sound like a kidnapper to you?
If it's in person, they're looking at surveillance video. They're hoping that perhaps we can get a picture of this guy, a better one than the one we saw on the doorbell camera, that they can go ahead and disseminate to all of us, and we can help police try to nab this person. In addition to that, they're also trying to find Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker. We know that it was disconnected from her phone around 2:42 that morning. They are trying to use this high-tech device called the signal sniffer. You mount it on a helicopter. About 2 days after she was reported missing, I ended up seeing the helicopter from the Pena County Sheriff's Department doing these low sweeps around the house, hovering just a few hundred feet away from her home, trying to find that pacemaker. It's trying to pick up any emissions from a low frequency transmission. So they're looking for that as well.
You're absolutely right, Progressive, because one of the other things that's been coming out in the case is the FBI and the local police department have been fighting. Allegedly. They're not getting along. They're arguing over who's in charge and who's not, where DNA should be sent to be tested and where it shouldn't, who should answer to who, where, when, and why. I just don't understand why the FBI hasn't taken over this case yet. Why it hasn't been mandatory. It should have been mandatory as soon as they showed up. Matter of fact, if the sheriff really wanted this case to be solved, he would have handed it into the hands of the FBI. Do you know why? Because they have greater resources. They wanted the ABC boys. FBI, DEA, CIA. What's the other one? Yeah, ABC boys. This is what makes me question a lot about this case even more. Because why are the police being so uncooperative in this situation? And I get it, you just want to use your own stuff. But in a case like this, where you have an 84-year-old woman missing, it is no longer about you or what you think. It is about bringing this 84-year-old woman home. And at this point, they pissing me off. At this point, I just want to put together a team myself and see if we can figure it out. Because, hell, we got to do much better than they doing. Hell, I've been asking questions they ain't been answering. Or asking.
They have ruled out the Guthrie family as suspects at this point, but they are continuing to do search warrants and other processing of the evidence they found during the Friday night. We know that they searched a house, they searched a vehicle, they're still processing that evidence. Those people that were questioned were never detained, never arrested, so they're still out there looking for this person. Again, the TIPS hotline, 1-800-CALL.
For real, we need some come hell or high water. We need some I am the hell and the hot water in this situation. We definitely do. But matter of fact, call in the BAU. I don't give a damn, create one. You better go call Hotch, resurrect Gideon, get Penelope Garcia. What's the little smart boy on their name? The one that can read. Yeah, get you a read. Call the BAU in at this point. Y'all need to call somebody else. Because this ain't working. This ain't working. I keep telling y'all need Olivia Pope and Associates. Somebody definitely need to go call her in. She'd have had this solved already. At this point, maybe we need to call some fictional characters because the real ones ain't doing shit. And this woman is still missing. Mind you, she's supposed to have medication 2 weeks ago in order to still be alive. Make that make sense. The police haven't even addressed that. How possible we are still looking at a missing person instead of a recovery operation if in fact she is not able to survive without her medication over a few days. Please tell me how it's possible for her to still be alive weeks later without medication, unless she has her medication. Then you would have to ask, how, pray tell, does one have medication if the medication is still in the house? I haven't heard that question asked yet. Let me know what you think.
All FBI, they've doubled the reward amount. It's $100,000 for any information leading to Nancy's safe return.
No, the FBI has to be invited in, even on TV. The FBI has to be invited in. The only way the FBI can completely take over is the orders have to come from over the sheriff's head. Like it has to come from the governor, the mayor, the president, who comes in and says, no, I need you to go down there and take over. That's the only way that happens. But they can't just walk in and say, this is our case now.
Or an arrest in this case, Lindsay.
Okay, Andres Gutierrez, thank you.
So, there you have the information on the DNA. So now we've tested the DNA on the glove, and there's no match. No information. I forgot to grab the video for y'all, and while we continue, and I might still try to see if I can find it, because they arrested detained 3 individuals. Took them in for questioning and let them all go free of charges. Nothing. They weren't connected, innocent. Then they pulled over a car and detained someone in a car because, now I ain't gonna lie, them eyes did kind of look like the eyes in the video. So I kind of understood that one. But pulled him over, pulled him out, took him to the station, let him go, innocent. So again, everything that's being done in this case is turning up nothing. No leads, no people, nothing. Figure that out. How is it turning up nothing? The FBI and sheriff together can come up with nothing. Nada. Zero. Zilch. A piece of evidence that'll stick. A suspect that'll stick. A person of interest that'll stick. Nothing. Nada. Nowhere. But there has been a new ransom note as of today. Let's check it out.
The search for Nancy Guthrie has gone international. We have learned the FBI has told federal Mexican law enforcement to tell various police agencies to be on the lookout for Nancy and her kidnapper. Now, our law enforcement sources are telling us that it is possible they believe that Nancy was taken across the border, but they doubt if she is across the border that it happened directly after the kidnapping. We're told that because we know now that the FBI checked cameras, Border Patrol cameras, and also other various electronic devices. We are asked not to be specific about that, and they have come up dry. There is nothing showing any movement across the border where they suspect Nancy Guthrie was in that car. Now, that said, we're told that she could have been taken at some point after the kidnapping, a day or so later or 2 days later. They just don't know. And obviously there is a way to get across the border unprotected. But right now they have put the word out, and so far no luck. There is something else.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
TMZ obtained another ransom note today. This is a highly sophisticated demand involving a form of crypto, not Bitcoin. Now, it is demanding roughly the same amount as the demand letter we received, shortly after the kidnapping, the $6 million demand. It's not exactly that, but it's close to that. The demand graphically describes the consequences if the demand is not met. It also involves the media, saying that the media essentially becomes a go-between, a trigger, if you will, for getting this ransom money. We have been asked not to be specific about any of that beyond what we've just said. We have forwarded this on to the FBI, and they are looking into it. The email that we received today does not have the same crypto account as the crypto account in that first ransom letter that we received. A couple of other things. We told you yesterday that the FBI went around to various gun stores in the Tucson area with a list of names, trying to see if anybody on that list bought a gun at any of these shops. We were told, and we told you this yesterday, that the list was created by the people who had purchased a holster similar to the one that the kidnapper was wearing. The FBI had gone to Walmart and other retailers, created this list. We are told that this did not bear fruit, that so far it turned up nothing, that there was no match here of somebody buying a gun and buying that holster, at least from that list. Couple of other things. The FBI team, there is a team that is working on just finding people who have bought items similar to the ones the kidnapper is wearing. They actually have a team contacting Walmart and other retailers, and their focus is finding matches, people who have bought more than one of these items, a backpack, a jacket, a holster, or anything else. Again, we are told that so far they do not have any real leads on that. So the bottom line, and this is a quote from a law enforcement source, we are shaking the trees looking for clues. So they are doing everything they can. There's one other thing that I was asked to mention, and that is something I know to be true. The FBI is really serious that anybody who is trying to get money from the Guthrie family with a phony demand letter is going to spend, as it was put to me, a long, long time in federal prison. The FBI does not mess around with things like that, and they are laser focused to find both the kidnapper and people who are exploiting the Guthrie family.
So there you have it. There's a new ransom. I don't understand. They talking about they shaking all the trees, the leaves falling and all this stuff, and you done ran away from the family so fast. Am I still the only one that feel like the family gotta know something? Is it me? Am I the only one who still feel, where's Tommaso? Why has everyone been seen but Tommaso? This is your mother-in-law. Wouldn't you think he would want to be out in the public eye? Wouldn't you think this? Why is he incognito? Where is Tommaso? Bring him, Tommaso, tomato, tomato, whatever. Tabasco. Bring him out, bring him out. That's what y'all need to do. Because I'm not understanding how y'all are running away from the family. Now y'all know good and doggone well. If it would have been either one of our common tales, we would still be in interrogation, trying to prove we didn't have nothing to do with it. Now y'all know this. So help me understand why their family was dismissed so easily when they were the last ones to see her. Let's go to it. Let's look at the time. 5:32 p.m. She takes an Uber to a family member's house, so that meant she didn't drive, which meant she was going to have to be brought back home. I told y'all from the beginning, my first question would be, in this situation, whose decision was this dinner? Whose decision? Whose decision was it for her to come? Was she always to be a part of this dinner? Or was it, oh, we're having a dinner, do you want to come? It's my first question. 9:48, The son-in-law drops Nancy off at her home. Now, it just said when I looked it up, the son-in-law. I did not see son-in-law and daughter. So the last person to physically see her was the son-in-law, who dropped her off at the house. 9:48. I need y'all to pay attention to this, right? 9:48. Your son-in-law drops you off at your house. 9:50. The garage door closes, and this is the last time that she is ever seen. 2 minutes is all we're talking about. 9:48, you're dropped off. 9:50, garage door closes. It takes more than 2 minutes to get out of a car and get to a garage door, especially when you're 84 years old. So that brought my second question, which was, how do we know that she actually made it back to the house? We don't know this. We don't have any camera footage to know that when that garage door shut at 9:50, she was the one in the house. How do we know this? How do we know that Tommaso was the only one in the car? How do we know this? Right? Next one. I just want to look. 147. So now we've gone from, hold on. We've gone from 9:50 to now we're at 1:47 a.m. About 4 hours or so later, right? How do we know she was the only one in the house? How do we know this, right? These are questions I don't hear the police asking. These are questions I don't see them talking about. The feed goes offline. Her doorbell camera disconnects from the Wi-Fi. No footage is available afterwards. 2:12 a.m. Motion detected on the doorbell camera. Software registers a person or animal in the area. No video recorded due to lack of subscription. Why would your 84-year-old mother, considering you are a high-profile individual, be left unsecured? I showed y'all the open area of where she lives. Unsecured. No dog, no singing bird, no nothing to alert nobody that there's danger. I didn't even hear anything about an alarm system. Right? Just left there. And now, no subscription to her camera. So if anything goes wrong, there's no recording to fall back on to be able to show you what happened. Hence why we're here. 2:28. So look at all this time that's passing, y'all. Kidnappers do not operate like this. Do y'all see all this time in between? 1:47 to 2:28. That's over an hour. Close to it. Close to an hour. How many kidnappers do you know within a matter of 41, 45 minutes or so hanging around somebody's house to kidnap them? Since when? And it's concerning me that the police would look at this timeline and say kidnapper, would say abducted, instead of saying foul play, and leaving it there and going from that angle, because nothing else makes sense. So her pacemaker at 2:28, the monitoring app loses connection to her home, indicating possible removal of device or loss of signal. Of course, pacemaker, they didn't say anything about it being removed, so there's the thought that there was the loss of signal. So this is a key indicator that something went wrong. Now, here's the thing that they're saying, that it lost connection to her phone because her phone was left in the house and she was taken away from the house. Not necessarily that she is no longer alive. but that the connection was lost to the phone because she traveled too far away from it. So in the morning, she fails to attend regular Sunday church. We're just doing a recap. They said it was a routine she rarely missed until it was found out that she ain't even been to church. Dig that. She hasn't even been to church in person. She attends virtually. Why are we not trying to figure out who this individual is that told Annie Guthrie, her daughter, that she wasn't at church and a welfare check needed to happen? While we're searching and talking to people in outfits, maybe, just maybe, we should be trying to find the person who said she wasn't at church when she doesn't go to church. That's a thought. Let me see what y'all think. Hold on. Progressive said, yes, federal law enforcement officials, specifically from the DOJ and FBI. See, DOJ, that's another one of them FBI. ABC. Can take over and supersede investigations from local police without local contestation when federal... Interesting. So then my question would be, what makes it a federal crime as opposed to local? Maybe that's why they haven't taken over. Because for some reason, it's not considered federal. Now, with this alleged international tie, maybe it has now transitioned into federal territory. Maybe the feds have or will be taking it over soon. But interesting. I thought they had to be be given permission to handle the case, or that the call had to come from higher up for them to take it over. But interesting. Thank you, Progressive. Such as civil rights violations, racketeering, or kidnappings. Okay, state level officials such as the state attorney general. Okay. Father Locke says you're right, with no camera footage, knowing is dim and slim to none. Absolutely. Absolutely. The fact Google giving two different views, vomit, Google is in a tailspin from their foolishness. I'm trying because the police not. I asked the same question on my phone and laptop, identical, and got two different answers. Wow. The mom was high profile herself. She was a frequent guest on the Today Show with her daughter on segments, being flooded to millions of homes. Absolutely. It would make her high profile in the instance that everybody knows that that's her mother, if they're watching the Today Show. But her herself being high profile, she's not. She's connected to someone high profile, which in turn would make anything that happens to her high profile. Because her face is out there, but because of who she's connected to. So, 11:56, and again I say, I need y'all to remember, and if y'all jump in anybody else's chats, I want y'all to go in them chats when they talking about this case and say, hey, why hasn't anybody looked for the person that called Annie and said that her mom hadn't been at church? Why aren't we looking for that person? Where is the effort and time and resources and conversation being put into finding out who that was? Because that's where all of this started. They would have never known if Annie allegedly had not been contacted by an alleged church member saying that a welfare check needed to be performed on her mother. So why aren't we looking for that person? So, 12:03. Now, here's my question, right? Now, y'all, we got to look at these numbers, because these numbers is numbering. And I wouldn't have even really paid too close attention to the numbers in this much detail had I not been on Navesity Live and seen that caller come on and asked about them 2 minutes between the time she allegedly got out the car and the time that door closed. So now again, I'm looking at the numbers, right? 11:56, you arrived at her home after getting a phone call, and I want to know at what time they received that phone call. Why isn't that time listed? Who called you? Did you know the number? Did you know the voice? Have you talked to them before? Is this someone who had your number? Is this someone you were trying to figure out how they got your number when they gave you the information that they gave you? Because my first question, if you call me and tell me that my mother has not been at church and a welfare check needs to be performed, before I get off the phone with you, my first question to you is, okay, who are you? So you're telling me this girl got off the phone with someone who called to tell her that she needed to do a welfare check on her mama. Call, text, email, whatever it was. I don't remember. Any contact. And your next question wasn't, okay, who's this? How'd you get this number? How do you know my mom? You go to the church with her? Because I need to know. My need to know needs to know when it comes to my mama. And you calling me, telling me about a welfare check with my mama. Yeah, my needs to know when it comes to mine. Oh yeah, baby, because Savannah is handling this very well. I gotta say that. But if this was my mama, baby, the FBI, CIA, police department, the cartel couldn't stop me from running up on everybody close to figure out, where is my mama? Oh, somebody telling me something. And another reason I keep telling y'all that I feel like this is not a kidnapper, and I feel like this is not an abductor, because of how long that it took for them to come out and say something. And when something was said, it was said to TMZ, not to the family. Kidnappers want their money and they want to escape. When you start contacting the media, you make your escape less and less possible. Because even though people don't know who you are, people know what you did. So they're going to be looking for her or anything that resembles her, or anyone that resembles the individual that was in the video cam that was released on the television. Kidnappers don't move like this. Because right now, I'm going to tell y'all, there is no way, none, zero, zilch. There is no way a kidnapper walks away from this. None. It's too big. Way too big. Even if, let's just say, and you know the rule in the United States is they don't negotiate with terrorists. And at this point, we borderline at terrorist point, in my opinion. Because you playing with not only the Arizona State Police and the state itself, but now you're playing with the FBI, who's employed by the United States government. In my opinion, This needs to go all the way. This person doesn't walk. Even if they give them money, where you gonna cash it at? That they don't know who you are. Where you gonna exchange it at? That they don't know who you are. That amount of money, the number you ask for, it's gonna stand out no matter where you go. No matter where you go. People are automatically gonna look and say, oh, somebody trying to cash in $6 million. $6 million? Interesting. They was asking for $6 million with Nancy Guthrie. Let me make a phone call. People broke now too? Please. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you think. There's been a new ransom. The feds and the police are no closer to finding what's going on here. And at this point, we need to think outside the box. Because the box ain't working. The box ain't producing anything. They can't even pull a rabbit out the box, less known a hat. I would be happy if they pulled something out. Something. I would be happy if they found a Nancy lookalike. At least it would be something. Yet we're watching Savannah look broken. Now, of all of the siblings, the sister looked like she trying to force tears. Like, let's talk about it. Every time she on the camera, she looked like she trying to force fluid out of her eyes. She trying to force them dry ass eyes to water up with everything she got. The brother looked like he ready to go rejoin his clan from Wrong Turn. Savannah is the only one that looks like, help. This is my mama. Somebody tell me something. But if we've learned anything in 2025 that led us into 2026, that I've told y'all over and over and over again, it's trust nothing, question everything. Question everything. Because I'm questioning it all. And we gonna come back together and we gonna question some more. Maybe we'll jump on a live, jump on a panel, and just do some deep dives. Pull up some Google Maps, see if we can see what we can see. You know, put on our golden chapeau and throw my disclaimer out the wind and become detectives for a day. And see what we can come up with this case. What y'all think about that? Jumping on a panel and just deep diving and looking into everything. There is also, and we still have to get into it, but there was also a connection with potentially those band member who allegedly is being said matches the description, body type, height of the alleged kidnapper. Also, when I fed the information into Grok, I told y'all Grok is T. Grok is Elon Musk's version of ChatGPT, but it's ChatGPT amped up times 100. Like, I can't even make it up. So me and Grok was having a conversation, and I asked Grok, given the video footage we now have and the description that you can see, body height, body weight, height, all of that, who do you think in this connection of individuals most fits that video? And Grok told me that Grok feels like it could potentially be the band member from the body type and head shape and eyes and all of that. So drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Have you heard that it could potentially be this band member that's attached to Annie's husband, Tommaso? Think we should go down that rabbit hole? It can't hurt. Ain't nothing else helping. So we might as well jump down some holes and see what we can drag back out. Drop in the comments to let me know. Y'all, thank you for joining me for another show. We started off today talking about Fantasia Barrino and her husband, her dad, and all of the stuff that's been going on with them virally online. We're going to continue with that on tomorrow as well, because I definitely want to get into what the husband had to say about what the father had to say. So we're definitely going to get into that some more. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about the situation with Fantasia and her dad. Do you think her husband is a lose, or do you think he's a win? Do you think the dad is right? Do you think he is stealing money from her and she's just blinded by love, like we as women, generally find ourselves being? And we don't listen to wisdom and wise counsel because we're in love. Especially when we love from between our legs. Baby, don't let him be able to touch between your legs and the top of your head. That kind of love will make you throw all kind of inhibition to the wind. House some more say give him the keys to your house, your car, your identity, and everything else. Because majority of us love from between our legs. We do. When we learn to start loving from the right place, our relationship dynamics will start changing. But that's a totally different story. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about the whole thing with Fantasia and her dad and her husband. Alright? Champagne Gang, FizzFam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Yeah. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall. Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer. Big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these tired feet. History books skip whole scenes. We kept recording our genes. The blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to ride us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Say it for the kids with the wide nose, wide dreams. Say it for the lips, for the hips, for the deeper seam. For the lows, for the twist, for the press, for the free. Carrot King, that's a dynasty. They get raised with the sun done kissed. The embrace with the drum insist. With the book, not the single page. With the fire, not just the flame. Hey, blacker the berry, bigger the crown. They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars in the crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, thick like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Oh, edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes in colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these tired feet. History books skip whole scenes. We kept recording our genes. The blacker the berry,